Many people are in the thralls of back to school shopping or trying to finish their back to school shopping because school has started. And here we go, 4 months out until Christmas. Some of us just had summer vacations. Maybe we didn't have the money to pay for all of that. So we're still trying to come up with the money to pay that off. This video is about the power of little, and I hope that it inspires you. Welcome back to Pennies to Dollars. I'm Bonita. I'm from rural Kansas. I'm an early retiree at the end of October. I just wintered in Texas in the Rio Grande Valley this last season in my RV, and I love to do fun things on a budget. I don't just spend my time trying to save money, but if I can save money in any way so I can do fun things with it or use it in another way to make my life easier, you bet I am going to do it. So this video is going to talk about how some of those little amounts add up. I hear from a lot of people that those little amounts are just not a big deal. For those of us that participate in frugal living, we know that they really do add up. And one of my friends just did a video here the other day about how her electric bill went up $24. And someone commented that $24 was nothing, that they were beginning to think she was a cheapskate. Well, for me, $24 is a good third of my bill. So $24 to me is a tank of gas. I look at things in that type of concept, and it keeps me motivated to save money. So we're going to talk today about those little amounts and what they could buy or what they could add up to keep us motivated to save in those little ways. So I'm going to share with you today how much I have saved in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and how much money I've made from selling things, from rebates, from cashback apps, from using my cashback credit cards. And rather than breaking that down in little amounts, I'm going to tell you how much money I made in selling things each month and how much I made in cashback apps and rebates. So we can talk about what those little amounts really mean in our monthly budget or even in our yearly budget. So the first month in January, I made $34.78 in cashback apps and cashback on my credit cards. I was living in my RV in Texas at the time, so that amount was, just things that I was purchasing just for me. I wasn't at home. I wasn't spending money with my husband being here. It was just me. And $34 was a tank of gas. And down there in Texas, a tank of gas could last me like 6 weeks or so, unless I took a really long sightseeing trip like to South Padre Island or something. And even then, it would have got me there, got me back, and probably another couple of weeks. So when I think about saving $34 a month, that means I can do something fun. That means I can fill my tank with gas. And that means that budget that I set for gas that month is just extra. Then in February, again, I was still in my RV. I had cashback apps of $11.39. Now that may sound like piddly squat to a lot of people, but $11.39. Heck, that could be a large Little Caesars pizza with some money left over, and I could make that last about 4 meals. So $11.39, I could eat out and I could have 4 meals. What could you do with $11.39? It helps. There's times I've been down to hardly anything in my wallet. I would have loved to have had an extra $11.39 that month. In March, I sold $10.84 and I made in rebates and apps $52.12. Well, now we're over $50 that month. $50. What could you do with that? Heck, when I'm living by myself, $50 was a week's groceries. So $50 to me, heck, that's a lot. And then another $10.84 that I sold. Yeah, there we go again. I could have got another Little Caesars pizza. In April, I made $41.88 in cash back and in rebates. 41.88. So when you have limited income and maybe you're just getting Social Security or your income fluctuates month to month, these little amounts can add up. That's more than a tank of gas. That's almost a week of groceries for just myself. That could have been almost my electric bill when I was living down there in Texas by myself. It ran about $54 a month. Heck, that almost paid my electric bill that month. And then in May, I made $43.87 in cashback apps and in rebates, and I sold $76 worth of stuff that I had around the house that month. So that's a pretty good haul. I'm pretty happy when I make $76 and get stuff out of my house and have another $43.87 that I can either save or use towards something that's in my budget, or just stick it in savings for maybe when I have a less income month, and that extra 40 bucks would come in handy. $44, that will cover my medication budget for the month even, and cover all of my copays. In June, I made in rebates and cashback on my cards $45.80, and I sold $6.82. And you're probably wondering why these amounts are weird on what I sold. I've been using eBay lately, and they have fees and such, and I have postage that comes out of that, so it comes out with some weird amounts sometimes. But if you add those two together, again, more than $52 that month. And $52, that pays my car insurance that month with still a few dollars left over. So see how these amounts can make a difference in your budget? In July, I sold $23.69, and I made in rebates and cash back $62.54. Well, again, that's clear up to $85 that month. So $85 in my budget, that covers my property taxes for that month, and I still have money left over. So altogether, from January through July, I sold $117.35, and in cash back, I made $292.38 for a total of $409.73. That is almost half of my property taxes for the entire year. So just those little things like taking pictures of receipts, knowing which cashback card gives you the most in what area can save you a lot of money. I put everything on a credit card for those cashbacks. I immediately pay off those credit cards after I have purchased something. I don't buy anything that I don't have the money for, and I make it a practice to always keep zero balances. And that way, the credit card companies are paying me to use their credit card. So we have a large family. We have 8 kids between the two of us. 6 are mine, 2 are his. They're all adults. We have 14 grandchildren. We have 7 son and daughter-in-law and significant others. And we give birthday money. We give Christmas presents to everyone. And that adds up, and that's part of our budget that I do not want to cut out. That's important to me. I enjoy doing it, and I'm not going to stop that even in retirement. But that is something that's I really want to do. And then also, traveling is important to me. So if I want to save up money so that I don't have to touch any of my savings, which is what I've been doing since retirement, I can do stuff like this to add to my fluctuating monthly income that I have and give me cushion and give me extra money to either save towards Christmas and birthdays or to put towards our travel, something fun. I'm getting ready to go visit my son in Maryland soon, and I'm going to be driving my car. Heck, $409 would get me a long way in that vacation, in getting up there and getting back. $400 will cover 5 months of our home electricity. So I hope that these amounts are showing you what I'm talking about and how they add up. And you can probably tell by some of the examples that I gave, keeping my costs low is a big part of this. So if I can keep my costs low and then I bring in money, it can pay off some of those costs. And I just have extra. I have extra from saving. I have extra from keeping my costs low. And it's a big bonus secret to having the money you want to do the things that you want. Let me know what you could do with an extra $409 this year as of right now. And then I still have rebates that I am saving up points that I'm going to cash out before Christmas. And so far, I have 2 different rebate apps where I can get a $25 gift card towards Amazon. Well, that will buy 2 presents right there, or one really nice present for this Christmas season. And I won't have to dig up actual cash for that. So these are some of the things that I do to supplement my retirement income, to give me flexibility to do things and enjoy things and not touch my savings. I know how to live frugally, but all of this is just a bonus. So adding those little things up add up to a lot. I want you to tell me in the comments below, what could you do with an extra 10, 20, 40, or $400? Would it help you out? Would it be enough for you to look at doing some of these things on the side so that you have flexibility later? I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you, and I hope to see you in the next one.